I'm Selina and I'm from Malaysia. And currently I'm working in Japan as an interpreter and translator.
Then, when did you come to Japan?
I came to Japan since 2018.
What made you start learning Japanese or what brought you to Japan?
Okay, at first, I wanted to study abroad,
Mm,
so I have to choose a country. And Japan is the only country that, it's not the only country though, but I could learn a new language itself. So I chose Japan and it's fairly, it has a connection with my former high school.
mm,
So
mm,
I thought choosing Japan is a good idea that
mm,
I can learn a new language.
So you entered a Japanese university.
Yes.
Which Japanese level do you have when you come to Japan?
Right. So actually, I came to Japan with zero basis.
Mm,
Just right 2 months before I come, I studied hiragana and katakana by myself at home,
mhm,
but I have no knowledge, no prior
mm,
knowledge for Japanese at all.
mm. Oh, I see. So what kind of the study did you begin with to build your Japanese foundation for the first time?
Hmm. Right. I had Japanese classes at my university almost every day.
Mm,
Almost like 1 to 2 hours of classes.
mm,
And from that, we learned grammars and kanjis, and we had a lot of conversations with the teachers and
mm,
our classmates as well. And from
mm.
there on, I started learning Japanese.
Oh, so I think in order to speak fluently, I at least a JLPT N3 level is crucial. So
Yes.
how long did it take to achieve the JLPT N3 levels?
Right. Because I got to speak daily in the classes and
Mm,
also with the classmates and also Japanese.
mm,
So actually, I learned Japanese really quick. I pick up really quick. I
mm,
think it took me around at least 1 year, of course,
mm,
because you have to have a good basics of grammar.
mm,
So at least 1 year to speak like very very good
So
Japanese.
do you remember which textbook did you use from the beginner to
Right.
the JLPT N3 level?
Oh, right, right. In my university, we use Tobira.
Ah, Tobira.
Tobira. So before we enter the university, they send us survival edition of Tobira, which
Mm,
is very basic one you can use in
mm,
convenience stores or like daily phrases.
mm,
And after we enter the university, we start
mm,
with foundation book number one,
mm,
two, and then three, then intermediate, and so on.
mm. What was the most difficult part to study Japanese from the scratch?
Ah, right. Um, Hiragana and katakana was fine, totally fine. And kanji is actually fine for me as well because I have Chinese background.
Mm,
The hardest would be, I won't say grammar. It would be actually keigo. Like,
oh, I see.
around intermediate class, we start learning keigo.
Mm,
That
mm,
is
mm.
really hard.
So, but now I think that we can talk in Japanese, and also that sometimes I forget you are from the foreign country. Like sometimes I feel you are Japanese. So
Uh-huh.
your grammar or vocabulary or even the speech style is perfect. So how did you polish your speaking skill?
Oh, okay. So actually, when I first start learning Japanese,
Mm,
I paid a lot of attention on how I speak to Japanese. I was really afraid if I speak wrong grammar, I use wrong grammar,
mm,
it would
mm,
be very embarrassing. But once my friend told me that it doesn't really matter, you just have to try to speak.
mm,
So I actually break through that and I speak without caring about my grammar.
mm,
And from that on, sometimes Japanese will correct you. Like,
mm,
oh, that's like you have to use it this way.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
from that on, I actually catch up like which grammar is the perfect one to use.
mm,
And also I listened to songs when I was in my first year of university when I was starting
mm.
learning Japanese.
Oh, I
So I
see.
think that's the two things that make me pick up like really fast.
So I think that for the first time, from the scratch, if you learn from the scratch, it's really hard to join the Japanese community. What
Mhm.
kind of the motivation is needed?
Maybe that you would want to learn the culture, like
Mm, mm,
immerse yourself in the culture.
mm,
Then you would want to speak more with Japanese
mm,
community.
mm,
Maybe it's hard at the first because Usually people like foreigners would say Japanese are shy, but actually
Mhm.
they're not everyone are shy. It depends on how you approach them.
You may think like the best way to improve the speaking skill is to talk with a native Japanese speaker.
Yes. Yeah.
Now we talked about up to the JLPT N3 level. So then in order
Mm-hmm.
to achieve the JLPT N2 or N1, I think the N3 and N2 has a big gap. Really.
Right, right. It has a
And
big
so
gap.
I think the N2 is much more difficult. So how did you prepare the exam, especially for the JLPT N2 or N1?
Okay. Actually, to be honest, I skipped from N5 to N2. I took N1 directly, so
Yeah.
I couldn't explain how I prepare for
Oh.
other JLPT
Mm,
exams. But what I've done to in order to pass JLPT N1 for I think for all the JLPT exams, it will
mm,
work the same.
mm,
I studied, of course, every day.
mm,
Just a little bit time is fine, like 30
mm,
minutes. And every Sunday I would spend more than 1 hour
mm, mm, mm,
with native Japanese.
mm,
At that time, it was my teacher, native
mm.
Japanese
Oh,
teacher.
I
But of
see.
course, I would suggest spending with friends and whatsoever. Just study,
Mm,
and because grammar questions is always constant,
mm,
doesn't change really much. So if
yeah.
you score a lot
Mm,
there, and also listening test, if you score both of them, it would be perfect.
mm,
And
mm,
kanji, even though I can read kanji, I don't think I understand the kanji questions in JLPD. And
mm.
I would say N2 is really hard as well, although I
Oh,
never
yeah.
take them. So, instead of spending, because there are so many kanji, so instead of spending time on them, you
Mm.
should just spend time on those constant ones like grammar
Oh.
and listening. That's what I did. I
Mm,
only
mm,
bought
mm,
a book, a JLPT N1 book
mm, mm,
from the bookstore, and
mm.
it's about grammar. And that's the only book I used to study for JLPT N1.
Is it the 上級への扉?
Oh, I studied that as well in my school,
Or did you
in my
also use a
university.
different textbook?
I bought a different book. I forgot which publishing company it was, but it's not Tabira. It's some other company.
Oh. How long does it take to achieve the JLPT N1 level?
It took me 3 years
Mm,
to take the test.
I
Since
see.
so I studied from foundation since my first year in university,
Mm.
and after 3 years of learning Japanese, then I took JLPTM1.
Oh, I see this. So after
Hmm.
passing the JLPT N1, did you feel any change in your, like a Japanese ability or your confidence?
Oh, of course. Because in order to work in Japan,
Mm,
JLPT level is really important. I
mm,
would say most of the company would request foreigners to have JLPT N1 or 2,
mm, mm, mm,
basically.
mm,
Of course, there are also companies who accept entry level,
mm,
but usually it's above N2 level.
mm,
They
mm,
would write in the requirement when you find for a job.
mm, mm.
So I would say, yeah, N2 and N1 is very important. And that is why getting an N1 level, which is, like when you apply for a job, is very easy and stuff like that.
Oh, I see, I see. So,
Yeah.
if your friend is wants to like start learning Japanese from the scratch, but basically, so
Uh-huh.
many people quit in even in 3 days or 3 months. So,
Hmm.
how do you guide them to speak Japanese fluently? What kind of advice will you give?
So there are two kinds of people. One, they wanted to learn Japanese
Mm,
for fun, for traveling,
mm,
and the second one would be like for like real studies. Like
mm,
maybe
mm,
one day they want to come to Japan and I don't know, study or work in Japan.
mm,
For travel wise, I would say it's very easy. You can just watch. There are so many Japanese teachers out there on
mm,
Instagram, whatever. For free content, you can just
mm,
learn. For the one who are more serious on learning, I would really suggest to get in touch with
mm,
native teacher
mm,
that would guide you one by one to
mm,
speak
mm,
because it's always the best to speak with native teacher. You can train yourself to listen to the correct
mm,
intonation,
mm, mm,
pronunciation,
mm,
and also grammar, of course.
mm, mm,
It
mm,
you'll pick up really fast.
mm. Do you think to speak fluently, taking the JLPT, like to achieve the level of JLPT N3 or N4 is crucial? Or do you think they don't have to study like that kind of the academic stuff? What do you think?
If they're really about more serious about studying
Mm,
Japanese, I would definitely recommend taking JLPT
mm,
because No harm. There's no harm. And there, I know a lot of people who are still in Malaysia, back in Malaysia, my
うん。
friends. They have no aim to come to Japan.
うん。
However, they love Japan so much that they are starting in Japanese
う
school
ん。
in Malaysia to and they're taking JLPT N4.
うん。
So I would suggest to take. Why not? It's like another certification.
Also, it might be the shortcut to master
Yes,
Japanese.
yes, yes,
Oh,
yes,
I
yes.
see. That's good. So,
Mm-hmm.
do you still have any difficulties when speaking Japanese, or are there still areas in Japanese you want to improve?
Oh, of course, of course. Firstly, actually, I just changed my job, and there are more chances to use Japanese in my workplace.
うん。
And I realized that there are many kanjis that I couldn't read. So I can understand them
う
because
ん。
I can read kanji.
うん。
I see and I understand their
うん。
meaning. But I couldn't pronounce them in their correct way. I
あ
would pronounce it
あ。
different because there's Yomi and
うんう
which one?
ん
Different, they're different,
うん。う
right?
ん。
So I couldn't pronounce them correctly. So I realized that like there are still many kanjis to be learned.
う
For
ん。
grammar wise, I think it's fine because I have established a good
うんう
foundation for
んう
my
んうん。
grammar. Other than that, for Keigo also I studied a lot in my university, so it's fine. Maybe kanji. Kanji
う
is
ん。
the thing that I realized that oh my God, I still have so many kanjis that I don't know how to read. Oh,
So,
yes,
how often do you use Japanese in your workplace?
like all the time because there
All
are
the
no
time.
foreigners at all. So
うんうんう
all the
ん。
time, all the time I'm using
Wow,
Japanese.
really tough. すごいですね。Then the last question.
Okay.
So, please answer in Japanese. So, what advice or message would you like to give to people currently studying Japanese?
日本語を学ぶのは難しいですけど、少し力を入れれば、
うん。
外国人でも日本語を流暢に話せることができると思います。
うん。
なので皆さん一緒に頑張りましょう。
セリナと頑張ろう。
セリーナと頑張ろう。
セリナもじゃあ、また始めてください。
はい、頑張りま
イ
す。
ンスタグラム。
始めます。
始めますか？あ、よかった。
そろそろ
あ、
やります。
そろそろ。よかった。